Hey guys, today I'm going to try cutting my hair again. I cut it about a month ago, took it all up to the top of my head and just cut and did it that way, and I got long layers. I've got these pictures to show you what it looks like now. Unfortunately, I didn't get pictures before I had done that, but this gives you a good idea of the start of what I'm going with, and hopefully this new cut will look a little better. It's going to be similar but doing a little bit differently. I watched a video that no smoke. I watched a video, and one of the things that he covered was in the back needing to be careful about density. None of that makes sense to me, but I'm going to try his technique and see if it looks any better and kind of go from there. It is a bit rough, I know that. I had already decided I was going to go to my hairstylist once I got to the point where I could go to my hairstylist, but the way things are looking, it looks like we're going to have a backslide on the COVID-19. So I'm going to go ahead and try this cut. We'll see how it goes, and hopefully it won't be so bad. Hopefully the bathroom is clean enough that it won't be too embarrassing. I will be standing about here as I cut. I will have clothes on. Usually I do it naked, then I don't have to worry about having to wash up the clothes with all the little hairs in them. But I will be dressed so that you guys can watch the process, and maybe next weekend I'll color my hair. I'm not going to do it all today, so because it's going to take too long to cut my hair. But we're going to cut as much as we can and go from there. My phone only records 30 minutes at a time, so if it cuts off at a weird spot, I apologize in advance. I will try to keep an eye on it and make sure everything's going smoothly, because I know it's going to take more than 30 minutes to cut the hair. So, see y'all soon. Okay, everybody, welcome to my funny look. I've got everything already parted. It's in 4 sections, so I don't know how straight my lines are, but there should be a somewhat straight line down the back there. And then, I guess it's best to show on this side, there should be a line going right behind the ear. I don't know how close I got on that either. I don't have clips or anything, so I'm using these, and I'm going to try my best to do things. Also, this will keep my hair wet. I like to cut my hair wet. In the video they recommended dry, but I don't like doing it that way. No, no, no. 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 Go. She likes to get in the bathtub after I've been in it, and it's got shaving cream particles in it, so I don't want her in the tub. No. Go. And she's probably going to sneak in while I'm doing this and try to keep her out. I want to keep the door open because otherwise it gets really humid in here, and with hot flashes I don't want to be sweating. Okay, so I've got everything divided up. I'm going to try to do this as best I can. The previous video recommended cutting your hair dry, straightening it, and cutting it dry. I've never cut it dry. I always find my hair harder to manage when I'm cutting it myself that way, so I just do it wet. The other thing you should know is I have had one coloring, and my hair's wet so you can't really see the line, but there's about 2 inches of natural hair, and then the rest is colored. That's the first time it's been colored in... No! No! Go! That's her being sassy with me. Let's just say this. It had gotten longer than this and it hadn't been colored. So however many years that adds up to. Alright. So everything's divided up. One of the things that they did was to cut the back middle part and to hold it out at a 90-degree angle with your fingers and then cut. I don't know how well I'm going to be able to do that, so we're going to try our best. But I've got really short arms for proportions, and I've never been able to do things like behind my back. That's as far behind my back as I can reach from the top. From the bottom, that's about as far as I can with this arm. The other arm, I can't reach that far up. So, and if I go backwards like this with my hands clasped, that's about as, I don't know if you can see that, that's about as far as I can go, whereas other people I know can do it a lot better. I know some of that's flexibility, but proportionately my arms are shorter than my torso length proportion should be. My legs are the same way. My legs are shorter than the proportion to my torso should be. My torso is kind of a normal length. My legs and arms are shorter than the average person with my torso and height, if that makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense. Petite clothes are still too long on me, let's put it that way. I've had long sleeve shirts that still come to here when I've ordered them as petites and drag on the floor with my pants, depending on the hem length. So it's either too long or they look really funny because they're supposed to be crop pants and they're fitting me regularly. Alright, so to start off, we need to try to get this part as straight as possible. And I may fast forward, so you may hear me talking funny as I'm doing this. But we want just a little bit from that middle back part, and I'm going to put the rest up. I ran out of my big one, so I'm having to use my mid-size one. I'm hoping it works. Kinda. Okay. So I should have a little bit there. And this will be my guide. If I can get it all in the same spot together. And then angle up. See, I can't quite do it, but we try. And I'm going to go ahead, I felt some drop, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it at this length. I'm not worried about cutting too much because it will always grow back. And since I don't go out a lot with COVID, I'm not worried about being too embarrassed. Okay. So there was the first cut. So my longest piece looks like it's about a good 3 inches, maybe even 4 inches. Let me hold it there. You can kind of see it better against my shirt, can't you? Or against my skin. So about 4 inches, definitely a good 3 inches. I'm not going to cut it too many times because I will lose track otherwise. I'm probably really screwing this up. Okay. cut my skin. I do have a fear of that, because I am dangerous no matter what I do. In 7th grade, 8th grade, whatever grade it was, I was doing home ec, and it was sewing machines, sewing, home ec, and we were doing the lines on the piece of paper, and this was the straight lines, and so I was taking my paper and going along, and just kind of speeding along, and next thing I know, the sewing machine goes through the table and pins my hand on the table. The one football player that was sitting beside me scooted away. And the teacher just looked at me and she said, "Sherry, you do find new dangers, don't you?" Apparently what happened was the table was shaking so much it shook the latch underneath the table loose, and that's why the sewing machine fell. And she said, "Don't be doing it so fast anymore." Really? That really happened? No. You can't get in the bathtub. She tried. All right, now for the other side. Can't get it to cut. And our right hand and left hand hold the pressure differently, which is why you'll see right hand and left hand scissors. Universal scissors, I think, work best right-handed than left-handed, but that's been my experience. I do cut with my right hand normally, so I don't know how true that is. A left-hander would have to let me know what they think about that. Okay, all the back is cut. It might not be pretty, but it's cut. Okay, we're back. So I think I understand what I need to do next. And that's my critic. I definitely understands that my hair is not going to be the way it's supposed to be, because I'm doing this on myself and it's hard to get my arms straight along with keeping the hair straight and all that kind of stuff. So I realize this isn't going to be perfect. Point is, I don't care. I wanted to cut my hair again. So we're doing this. I took my hair back down and pulled some pieces out from the back because I need these as guides. So I did that on each side. And we will start on the side that is closest to you, which would be this one. We're going to pull some pieces out. Alright. So pull that down. Put this back up. I'll start using the little one. Whoops. If I can do a better job. There we go. Whoops. There we go. Alright, now for this part, we're actually going to go straight up. So this is what I did with all of my hair last time. The result was the pictures you saw at the beginning of this. So this is what I did all over my head. But this guy, and it's Sam Villa, the hair salon company. It's not the guy's name. I forget what he said his name was, but I will put the video in the link. This is how he says to do it, kinda. I'm kinda doing what he said. So, for this part, we're going to go straight up. And there, I can feel it start to fall. So we're at the end. Cut. Hold your mouth just right. Alright, push that back. Pull a little more out. Make a knot. Okay. There's a little bit of this one. And he angled in when he angled his fingers. cut a little point right there. What, Purr? No. How uneven they are on either side. Whoops. I get little knots in my hair also. I can sometimes, my hair will get a single knot, a single hair will get in a knot, and I have no idea how or why it does that. Alright, for the bangs, okay, this side is shorter than this side. Let's see, is that where I need to pull it from? He does it from there, and I think I'm doing this right. Supposed to pull the edges from right where it starts to fall. And let's get a little further back on that. I think I'm messing it up. It's not really a V. It's a curve. Okay, if I keep messing with it, I'm really going to screw it up. So we're just going to leave it at that. And actually I have trying to see through the hair is hard. Okay. Get all the extra hair off. So what he did for the face framing cut was take the little section in the front and we're going to bring it out straight. And I think about there is where I want to cut. He said that should hit around the chin. So that's about right. And then cut it in a V. This is where it probably helped to have sharp scissors. Okay, so that's what that looks like. How much time do we have? Alright, a little bit more, about 10 minutes. Can I cut it that fast? That's the question. Bring it straight out. I need to turn my hand the other way. Kind of face framing. I get hair over there. Kind of face framing. Okay. Now, for the final look. Oh, and I split my hair down the middle because I flip it to either side, just depending. Let's flip. And back up. So let me get a little closer. Let's move this a bit. So here is the wet look, roughed up. I don't know if I'm close enough or too close maybe. Welcome back everybody. So here are pictures of my hair while it is dry and nothing done to it, not straightened, not curled, just this is, it's blow dried, so it'll probably air dry a little bit differently. But here it is, front and back, just to give you an idea. And I also took pictures of it curled, so you can see what it looks like that way as well. Curls don't last long in my hair. This is just curls, no product or anything in my hair. Maybe it's a little bit oilier than usual because even though I wet my hair to cut it, I did not shampoo or condition it at all. So it looks a little rough in the dry cut. The curls don't look too bad. And then here it is with the curls in motion on video. Just to give you an idea. And I wear my bangs to either side. So I sometimes wear them to that side and I sometimes wear them to that side. So that's why I cut the split in the middle, which drives my hairdresser crazy because she wants me, I think my natural part is on this side, but it's usually my left hand I'm using to pull my bangs out of my face because I don't like them in my face. And so that's what we got. So at any rate, there we go. I don't think it showed it in, I'll have to look at the pictures again, but there is a bit of a V in the back more than I wanted. I liked the natural curve I had before I cut anything. So that's something I will want fixed eventually. I have my hair up most of the time anyhow, so that's not going to matter. But there we go. Cutting my hair using a hair tutorial. I knew it wasn't going to be perfect, but it might come close. It's not bad. I like it. I could definitely see some of the differences just based on the way I cut it from before, when I would take it all straight up and cut it that way. So, Sam Vila Hair Salon, whoever your guy is that did the video, I'm looking down because that's where my video is at. Thank you very much. I hope I didn't disappoint too much. Hope everybody takes care.